Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be going through with you some of the most important settings that I think will help to propel you to become a way better player in Dota. But before that, I would like to quickly introduce to you Dota 2 Pro Tracker, the top Dota 2 website to get your resources from about up-to-date meta builds and hero picks. If you are not already using Dota 2 Pro Tracker to learn more about the game, be sure to check it out. With that said, let's get back to the video. So first, let's take a look into the scoreboard. Alright, so this button, I don't know how many times I've seen students or players that do not have a scoreboard button assigned. The scoreboard is one of the most important elements in Dota that tells you how far ahead you are in comparison to everyone else. Especially when you're playing in the early game phase, it tells you how far you can push your limits based on your level difference of yourself and also your teammates compared to everyone else. Right? So make sure you have a scoreboard button and you constantly check levels of everyone to determine how far ahead you are and what you can and cannot do. Okay, next we're going to go into the options. So for the options section, some of the more important parts of this setting is to ensure that your map here, right, is extra large. So when you look at the game at the bottom left area, Dota is a game where you need to constantly gather information. So ensuring that the bigger the map, the more information you're gonna perceive quicker. Yeah, and also in terms of map background here, I recommend that you put it to simple. So some people have it like this and it's a lot of stuff that's gonna distract you. All we wanna see is where the heroes are, where our teammates and enemies are all the time. Okay? And in terms of minimap hero size, make sure that this is not too small like this. I've seen a lot of players that play like this. It's very easy to miss out on information. So we don't want it to be too big like this either because it's going to overlap on top of each other when heroes get on top of each other. So put it somewhere in between. Like for me, the sweet spot is about 150. Okay, so moving on, now we're gonna go into our icons. So in terms of icons, I would strongly suggest that you always have it with hero with arrow like this. When you put it on hero with arrow, of course the minimap hero size needs to be slightly smaller. So probably something like a 130 like this is okay, or even a 125, right? But for me, personally, because I come from long years of playing Dota 1 and Dota 1 is just arrows, so I'm used to already pressing arrows with Alt key to check for names. But I do not suggest you guys to do this, especially if you're new or experienced to the game but you have been exposed for a long time to heroes with arrow like this, then just stick with this. This is probably the best setting to go with. So your minimap has to be big, simple, and the icons need to be big as well, not too big. Okay? Try not to go by arrow player colors. I see some people doing this by remembering colors. Very much strongly suggest that you do it something like this. Now next, of course, we can even go into the all icons. You can choose to remain it like this. I suggest that you choose to remain it like this. So when you look at the map, you always see which heroes are on the map and who's who. Okay, next we go into some of the buttons here. For example, teleport requires hold or stop. Channel ability requires hold or stop. Also recommend this just in case you misclick when you're TPing and your TP gets cancelled, or you misclick when your spell is casting and your spell gets cancelled. For example, if you're playing Tinker and you're rearming or something. Okay? Also make sure you disable your camera zoom, because sometimes if you scroll the mouse wheel and you accidentally scroll into the screen, you might lose track of what's happening in your hero and the screen. And then also the 3 options here, strongly suggest you to do it as well. Okay, so this will be the spawn boxes of jungle camps. That means when you press down the alt button, it shows you the square box around camps to help you to stack so you don't block it. Then the tower attack range also, spamming the alt button, holding it down when you're going to dive towers in the lane, tells you that what targets the tower is hitting and also how far the attack range is. And then just a little bit of extra information for the cursor size. Would suggest that you put it somewhere a little bit bigger. Like for me, I tend to put it at 137. If you put it too small, it might be hard to pinpoint manually what you want to click on the screen. If you put it too big also, it can be a bit distracting. So I suggest you to put it somewhere in between. So for me, 137 is good. Find what's good for you as well. Hey guys, before we continue with this video, I would like to just take a quick moment to ask that you like, comment, share and subscribe to my videos and YouTube channel. Your support will really help me grow my channel. Also, you can check out my Fiverr page if you're interested in coaching sessions with me. Thank you. Okay guys, so the main purpose of this video is just a simple introduction to the settings screen. So what options are recommended? Like for me personally, this is what I would recommend for your minimap to look like. Also some of the simpler functions that allow you to play more optimally. And ensure that this center camera on hero on respawn is not checked, because when you spawn your camera centers back to your hero, so you might end up TPing back in the fountain instead. So a simple map background as well, an extra large minimap, an average size cursor, not too small, not too big. The hero size as well, somewhere in between. Alright, and also the scoreboard button. So these are the most important settings I think personally will help you to improve your gameplay. At least it has for mine all this while. So you guys can give it a try and see how it helps to elevate your gameplay. Right, that's all for this video. Thank you for tuning in. See you guys again.